Hi, it's Barb, Meeple PhD, and my favorite play for August 2023 is Mists over Carcassonne. This is a brand new version of Carcassonne that just hit the stores a couple of months ago, at least for us here, and I picked it up as soon as I could. We had tried this at PAX Unplugged, and I could not wait to get it to the table again. So this one is a cooperative version of Carcassonne. Carcassonne has been overrun by a mist that has ghosts in it, and you are working together in order to, well, get enough points before you lose. But to do that, while you're doing that, you are placing tiles, just like normal Carcassonne, and as you're placing them, you're matching roads to roads and cities to cities, pasture to pasture. And when you place a tile, you can put down one of your meeples, and when the road closes, on both sides, you get to score it, or when the city is completely closed, you get to score it. But at the same time, you are placing these ghosts on the board. Now, many of the tiles have this mist on it, and they depict a number of ghosts. If you are able to place your tile so that it extends another piece of mist that's already on the board, you don't have to place quite as many ghosts. And that's good, because if you run out of ghosts, you lose the game. But if you close up a region with mist, you get to take all of the ghosts out of there. So you're always trying to match up the mist when you can. Legally, a legal placement is to not match the mist. So, if you have mist with pasture against pasture without mist, you can do that, but you are never going to completely close that mist area. There's another way to get ghosts off the board, though, other than closing the mist, and that's to forego scoring. So when you score something, you could instead take some ghosts off the board. That's great, and you have to do it in order to keep ghosts in your pool, but since this is a race to a certain score, you're also slowing down yourself in your scoring. And so there's a lot of balancing going on here. We've just found this to be a great challenge. There are several levels in the game. You start with just roads and cities and mist. And then the second level, they introduce in these castles and cemeteries. The castles play just like the monasteries in the original game, but the cemeteries, those are bad. When you place out a ghost anywhere on the board, you also then have to place one on one of your open cemeteries. You can close a cemetery by placing tiles around it, but when you do that, you have to bury one of your meeples. So then you have fewer meeples to place out on the board. So it's a lot of balancing, and it's really fun to have this cooperative element to Carcassonne. For me, this has reinvigorated Carcassonne. Carcassonne is a great game. It's one of the ones that got me into the hobby, but I got to a point where I felt like I had played it out. It wasn't something that was hitting the table very much. This one has reinvigorated it for me. There are these different levels of the game, and, I just want to try and get to the harder and harder levels. We've only gotten to level 3 at this point, and there are at least 6. So we got to keep going and see what we can do. But if you like Carcassonne, if you like cooperative games, this might be one to go check out. If you like Carcassonne, but you feel like it's been played out for you, you might also want to check this one out, because for me, this has completely brought this back to the table and made me excited about it again. So that was my favorite play for August. I hope you had a great month of gaming. Go check out my channel if you like astronomy and board games, because I try to connect the two in videos. That's Meeple PhD on YouTube. I'm also on the internet as Meeple PhD on Instagram and X, and I also have my own blog at meeplephd.com. We'll see you next month.